Hello, I am Oleg. I work for Clarity around 6 years, and currently I work as a pre-sales solution advisor. Previously, I had experience implementing CPQ and CRM project as a business analyst. Although every customer is different and is facing unique challenges, the high-level goals of CPQ implementations are more or less the same. So to divide into two high-level scenarios, first is a customer who doesn't have any specialized sales tooling, for example, using Excels. Such customers are mainly aiming at improving their accuracy of their quotes, as well as introducing integrations with the rest of their systems. Together, these two issues lead to very costly, expensive errors when placing orders, such as quoting wrong price or producing wrong products. Both are very damning risks, of course. The second scenario is a customer with inadequate tooling, such as old CPQ solutions or a CRM solution that doesn't adequately reflect all of the business's needs. For such customers, although the issues are not as significant as for the first case, the main goals are, first of all, improving sales response speed, improving accuracy, also improving sales quality of life, and also in many cases lack of integrations. So when I was starting out in consulting, for me it was actually a surprise how many customers are struggling with the lack of integrations and how many errors and how many expenses are incurred by businesses just due to the fact that orders are entered manually and they're riddled with errors. So SAP CPQ, or CPQ in general, stands for Configure Price Quote. So these are the main components. Let's start with the configuration. So SAP CPQ has one of the strongest configuration engines on the market. And this is not just us saying that. Gartner, who are doing annual evaluation of largest CPQ solutions, cite that this is indeed one of the best they've seen. Besides its own engine, SAP CPQ is uniquely offering an integration with Variant Configurator. So if you're a SAP customer, you may be familiar with this. This is a back-end configuration solution. So CPQ allows you to mix your VC-based products as well as CPQ-based products. It supports any kind of product, be that physical, subscription, or service. And cases that we often see are, for example, physical products maintained in your variant configuration and service products being maintained in CPQ itself. So this is one of the scenarios where SAP CPQ is uniquely positioned to address your needs better than any other CPQ solution on the market. So the second component is price. Here SAP CPQ offers three pricing mechanisms. The first is standard price books. So this is fairly straightforward pricing logic, where you have a product's base price, as well as its characteristics values have associated extra price. For an example, if we're configuring a laptop product, a specific laptop model would have the price associated with itself, as well as the more powerful of a processor you pick, the higher the surcharge would be. The second is called custom pricing, which allows you to utilize the above-mentioned CPQ rule engine to essentially come up with any pricing logic you like. For the most complicated cases, you can also use scripting using Python. And in our experience implementing over hundreds of CPQ projects, we are yet to see a case where CPQ engine cannot meet the pricing determination requirements. Finally, we have quote, which is a page that represents the deal itself. So similarly to pretty much anything with SAP CPQ, quote page is completely configurable, allowing you to add any kind of information that is relevant for you and to structure that in a way that is logical and easy to work with. CPQ quotes allow you to work with pricing, allowing you to modify multiple pricing options and instantly recalculating every related field. Then, having determined the optimal sales price, SAP CPQ will make sure that you are not violating any company's policies, for example, not setting too high of a discount. and if it detects the violation of such rules, it will immediately inform the user that an approval process has to be approved. Finally, when everything is prepared and approved, CPQ allows you to generate errorless and professional-looking proposal document that you can then send to your customer straight from the system. SAP CPQ is a solution that's completely capable of functioning on its own. However, it's not what we typically see. So normally, SAP CPQ will be a part of a larger IT landscape. Normally, the process will start in CRM with an opportunity object. Once the opportunity has been qualified and the process has come to a point where a specific product configuration and specific pricing have to be cited to the customer, your sales representative will create a quote from your opportunity. Typically, CRM integration is made so that CPQ is embedded within your CRM screen, creating a truly seamless experience for your sales representative. Then, moving to CPQ, your sales representatives will select and configure products, select the sales price, go through approvals if necessary, generate proposals for your client, and if the customer approves, create a sales order in your backend solution. So this is just a very high-level overview. There can be a lot of variance in how these processes look like depending on your specific business or on your industry. For an example, if you're working with subscription, such processes as renewal or change and amendment processes are an inevitable part of your business. And the fact that I haven't mentioned them here don't mean that they aren't supported. So it's just a brief introduction to how CPQ fits in. Flexibility is one of the key requirements for a truly enterprise-grade CPQ solution. Large companies especially tend to have complicated processes and unique requirements that don't come prepackaged in any kind of a CPQ solution. SAP CPQ in particular is very flexible, and as I mentioned before, it was built to be maintained by business users. So in our experience, just after a couple of weeks of trainings, your business users will be able to maintain your CPQ solution as well as create, for example, new fields or create new logic in the system. However, not all requirements can be addressed by standard, and some of these requirements cannot be mended to fit into standard. So in such cases, customization is required. Customization is a risk if implemented improperly. So this is one of the areas where implementation partners, such as us, can make all the difference between a successful project and a failure. If you are an SAP customer, specifically as S/4HANA customer, you are probably familiar with Best Practice Explorer. Unfortunately, this is not available for SAP CPQ. However, this is CLARITY come into play. We have worked with dozens of customers across different industries, and we have accumulated a lot of materials from those projects that now we have combined into accelerators. So these accelerators consist of architecture, business process templates or examples, common requirements that we see in projects, pre-configured settings, as well as pre-built custom features. Remember I mentioned large customers having custom requirements, implementation of which is mandatory, but as well poses a risk? Well, it turns out such requirements are quite common across different customers. What we are offering to you is to save time on designing such features from the ground up, as well as building them anew. This allows you not only to save effort, but also to decrease risk of such implementation by utilizing a carefully designed and well-tested approach that is proven to work at our other customers. We have accelerators aimed at particular industries as well as general CPQ use cases. The main impact is felt, first of all, during explore or design stage, where we utilize such things as example business processes or example requirements to help you better understand how CPQ can benefit you, as well as envision how your CPQ implementation may look like. Second area is the implementation itself, with the preset configuration and pre-built custom features. While I won't go into the details of such business processes, let us cover some of the features that we commonly see requested and that aren't covered by standard CPQ. So, speaking of the generic examples, some of them are, first of all, extended quote audit. While SAP CPQ offers standard audit features, it doesn't offer them to the end user and doesn't go into as much detail as some of our customers want. So, having faced these requirements multiple times, we have built an interface that allows you to view the history of a quote or of multiple quotes in very, very detailed level. So when it comes to manufacturing, this is our #1 target industry with the most projects delivered. Respectively, we have the most assets from these projects, such as business processes, requirements, and so on. Well, I've just spoken about it, so not to repeat myself, let's go to manufacturing features. So among the most interested examples, first is what we call contract quote. While SAP CPQ in standard offers you just a quote object that is meant to represent a proposal that is followed by an order, some of our customers, specifically common in manufacturing industry, work in a bit of a more complicated way, where they would first create a contract with the customer detailing what products, but maybe not with the full configuration version of it, and at what price or price range they would sell those products to a given customer in a specified period of time, like in a year. And then during this year, they can create quotes that will result in sales orders against this contract. So these are two different documents with different processes that we offer in a pre-configured way. So another business process that we typically see are warehouse sales. This, of course, requires an integration with your systems, which we cannot entirely pre-build. However, what we are offering is a pre-built interface in CPQ itself that allows you to conveniently work with your warehouse product list and to add them to the quotes. Similarly, a feature that we hear requested very commonly is item order history that also requires an integration. So similarly, we would still need to build an integration with your system, but you have an interface in CPQ that allows you to view on an item level when this product has been sold, to whom, at what price, so that you're equipped to make better decisions at how to price this product or maybe what additional products to offer to your clients. So the challenges we see in high-tech industry are most commonly related to subscription business. While SAP offers standard subscription automation with such scenarios where CPQ is integrated with BRIM, far from all of our customers have BRIM in their landscape. So here we're offering pre-built renewal automation process without BRIM necessarily being a part of your landscape. Another example is for multi-year contract, what we call product facing, meaning that a subscription that you're selling, for example, for a software product, configuration of it will differ from year to year. For example, year one would be something like trial year where customer buys less features or less licenses. However, they're planning to ramp up or roll out to new regions and thus will require more licenses in the consequent years. So here we'll offer you a feature that will allow you to easily and conveniently configure and price such products, even taking into account the whole duration and not a particular year at a time. SAP CPQ is not lacking in AI area either. Even before AI got popular, CPQ had offered what's called CX, or Customer Experience AI, that mainly serves two purposes: provide you with price recommendation and upsell or cross-sell recommendation. Based on your quote history, it is going to learn the patterns of your sales include such parameters as customer's country or industry and recommend discounts or, well, upsells based on that. And importantly, this AI integration comes together with CPQ, so you don't have to pay any extra for that. Also, as Clarity, we're working with AI products as well, and we are offering our solutions to complement CPQ. One of such examples is Grape OmniMind, which is essentially a chatbot inbuilt in SAP CPQ that can analyze all of the information that is present in your solution and can answer any questions you have. For example, you can ask, what products have been most popular in this region, meaning customer's region, in the last quarter? Moreover, we're actively looking for new application areas for AI, and we're actively talking to our customers to find opportunities where we can bring even more value. So let's innovate together. Addressing all of the areas and preparing for projects can be daunting for companies who don't have a lot of experience with that. So my final piece of advice is partner with experts. We're here to help you achieve success, and we can help with every step of the way, starting from identifying potential improvement areas and finishing with running your system and supporting your users.